Okay, we're live. This is Reggie, your coach in health and fitness. And today we're going to talk about your personal trainer may be an idiot if. You've probably heard the joke, if so and so, then you know you're redneck. Well, if so and so, then you know your personal trainer is an idiot. Today I'm going to talk about Franco Columbu and Sylvester Stallone. Sylvester Stallone, when he was first getting started, got his first big movie, Rocky. He hired Franco Columbu to be his personal trainer. Now, you would think Franco Columbu, as a personal trainer, he has all the credentials, right? He's a champion bodybuilder. He's a Mr. Olympia. He's a doctor of chiropractor. He's probably the highest paid personal trainer in Hollywood or Los Angeles area at that time. Well, anyway, he hired him to train him. Well, Sylvester Stallone is strong. Franco Columbu is very strong. And when he saw how strong Franco Columbu was, Franco Columbu saw how strong Sylvester Stallone was. I guess it got to his ego. So he challenged him to a bench pressing contest. He's challenging his client to a bench pressing contest. This really happened. And anyway, Sylvester Stallone blew out his pec, blew out his chest muscle, trying to compete with Franco Columbu in a bench pressing contest. Just like they tell doctors, what's the first rule? Do no harm. Same thing in personal training. First, do no harm. You want to help your client, but first, do no harm. And that just shows somebody that you'd think would be highly qualified is an idiot. And something very similar happened to Franco Columbu when he was doing a strong contest, the world's strongest man, and he's carrying I think it was a refrigerator on his back. Well, instead of had specially made shoes, he had regular tennis shoes, regular sneakers, and of course that heavy weight crushed the foam rubber and it blew out his knee. So just because you got all the credentials doesn't necessarily mean you're the brightest or the sharpest tool in the shed. Now, there's nothing against Franco Columbu, which another little thing I find weird about Franco Columbu. The whole time I was coming up, Franco Columbu, the end of the word was spelled with an O. Now it seems to be spelled with a U. It's kind of like the Mandela effect, but that's another subject for another day, right? Anyway, that's the one thing. And just personal trainers in general and what I consider rip-offs in personal training and the fitness industry. Perfect example is a kettlebell. Now, some people, this is sacrilege to some people, but what is a kettlebell? A kettlebell is really just a cannonball with a handle. That's the only difference between a dumbbell. A dumbbell, you hold it, has weights on either side, a dumbbell. A kettlebell has a handle on a cannonball. That's a dumbbell. A kettlebell. And people say, well, are you telling me kettlebells are useless? No, I think they make good door stops. And the way people train with them. Quick, jerky movements are the worst thing in the world. And I see trainers with kettlebells doing quick, jerky movements, basically slinging them up and down. I mean, you're in weightlifting competition. You may want to like Olympic weightlifting, you may want to swing it up. It's a skill. It's extremely dangerous. It's not the way to train. I mean, quick, jerky movements is the best way I know to get injured in fitness or bodybuilding. You want to do slow, not slow, but controlled movement on the up and the down, the lift and the drop, the negative and the positive, a controlled movement. It doesn't have to be super slow, but it has to be under control. This quick, jerky movements is the best way to get injured. And what I consider the second biggest scam in fitness industry, bodybuilding, whatever you want to call it, personal training, is the Pilates ball, sometimes referred to as the Swiss ball. People exercise on these balls or use them for exercising, and all they really do is balancing. They're not exercising. May I ask what you're doing here?
I don't know.
This is my tech. This is my techie guy. Okay. No. Anyway, I consider that one of the biggest ripoffs in fitness is the Pilates ball, or sometimes referred to as the Swiss ball. give me an example. Would you do a heavy bench press on wobbly, uneven bench? Of course not. You could injure yourself. Then why are you exercising on a ball? Are you in the circus? Are you trying to be an acrobat? No. You want to exercise. You want to develop your muscles. You want to develop your fitness. And exercising on a ball is one of the best ways I know of getting injured. I've actually seen people do weighted squats standing on top of a Pilates ball or a Swiss ball. That's a perfect prescription for an emergency ward.
But Dad, I like working out my body to the point I'll die right on the spot from passing out.
Well, that sounds like some personal trainers. Anyway, you got to use some common sense and work, and don't quick jerky movements is some of the worst things you can do. This explosive exercise is a prescription for disaster. Like I say, just like doctors used to say, I don't even think they take this stuff anymore. First, do no harm. And all personal trainers, first, do no harm. Now, if anybody wants any further information on this, about why you shouldn't use a kettlebell or a Swiss ball or a Pilates ball, put it down in the comments. If you disagree with me, I can't help you because you're not that bright. But if you want more information on what to do and what not to do, be sure to get in touch with me. Like I always stress, instead of trying to find out how much exercise you can stand, try to find out how little you need.
Yeah.
And remember, you can work out hard or you can work out long, but you can't do both. All right. I think that's it for now.
And your personal trainer could also be a total dummy if he posts dumb techniques that don't work and are purely for sport on YouTube and calls them ways to defend yourself in real situations.
Well, we're not talking about martial arts or self-defense right now. That could be for another subject, but mostly on this channel, we're going to be talking about health and fitness. And today's main subject is your personal trainer may be an idiot if. I think we discussed some reasons why you might think your personal trainer is an idiot, just like the old joke, you know you're a redneck if. You know your personal trainer's an idiot if. So that's what we went through today.
Yeah.
So remember, kettlebells, doorstop, Pilates ball, if you want to bounce it back and forth, sure. But exercise on it, don't be an idiot, all right? That's it for today. Let's cut off. Catch y'all later.
I'm going to say one thing.
Okay.
That reminds me, on Facebook, you were watching this stupid guy that posted like techniques, and one of his methods was, I have a gun, right? And
No, we're not doing self-defense right now. We're not going to do that.
Okay.
I mean, if people ask me, and my opinion on things like that, I'll be more than happy to cover that in the, the comment section.
I thought that it was about talking about your personal trainer is dumb.
Yeah, but this is personal trainers. It's about health and fitness. It's not about self-defense. We're not talking about your black belt or your sifu or your guru, depending, it might be Filipino martial arts. Your guru is an idiot, which some of them are. But we're not going to talk about that right now. What we're talking about is just health and fitness. That's what we're going to concentrate on. It's the main thing that's important right now. But like I said, I can go on side tracks, but I like to keep it on track. Okay. Cut me off. Catch y'all later.
Kaboom.